Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec back with another video for you guys. Today's video we are in TryHackMe. This is the SOC Level 1 learning path. This is the Security Information and Event Management module. This is the Benign Room. Challenge room to investigate a compromised host. Hopefully you all are as excited as I am to take a look at this challenge room. Before we get into it, if you want to help support the channel, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every time I post something to the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's take a look here. Task number 1, introduction. We will investigate host-centric logs in the challenge room to find a suspicious process execution. To learn more about Splunk and how to investigate the logs, look at the room Splunk 101 and Splunk 201, or check out my channel for any rooms on Splunk. And to start the machine here, click this green start machine button. As you can see, I've already done so. For moving forward, deploy the machine. When you deploy the machine, it will be assigned an IP address, which is this here. Access this room via the attack box, which is what I will be using, or via VPN at this IP. The machine will take up to 3 to 5 minutes to start. The required logs are ingested in the index windows or win event logs. So we'll hit complete there and let's check on it. So I've already started up. Okay, so we're ready to go already here. So let's take a look at task number 2 here. Scenario: identify and investigate an affected host. One of the client's IDS indicated a potential suspicious process executing, indicating one of the hosts from the HR department was compromised. Some tools related to network information gathering / scheduled task were executed, which confirmed the suspicion. Due to limited resources, we can only pull the process execution logs from or with event ID 4688 and ingest them into Splunk with the index win_event logs for further investigation. About the network information, the network is divided into 3 logical segments. It will help in the investigations. You have the IT department, which has James, Moen, and Katrina. HR department, Haroon, Chris, and Diana. And you have the marketing department, Belle, Amelia, and Deepak. Okay, cool. So we have the scenario. We have various different questions that we need to run through and answer these via Splunk in the virtual machine there. So go ahead and try to answer these yourself and then come back to the video and we will step through this together. Good luck. Hey everybody, this is WireDogSec. Just a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Once you hit the notification bell, be sure to set to all notifications so you know every time I post to the channel, upload a video, all that good stuff. Let's continue to grow our glorious community here. We are in the cyber trenches. We're not just reporting on it. Be sure to check out my channel as well. I have tons of videos. You can see here over 300 videos ready for you to check out and learn something from. Be sure to review my posts. I'm frequently posting new things to my channel here, including jobs and everything related to that. Also, I have tons of playlists here that you can review, make it more convenient for you. Anyway, happy defending, happy hacking. Enjoy the video. How many logs are ingested from the month of March 2022? So this one should be pretty straightforward in here. Now all you got to do is use the index equals the name of the index you're going to be using, which was the when event logs. So I'm just going to copy and paste from my notes here. All right, so let's delete this and then paste this in here. And then we need to change this to March 2022. All right, so we have 13,959 events, and this should be our answer here. And let's get rid of this comma. An imposter alert. There seems to be an imposter account observed in the logs. What is the name of that user? Now, these are usernames up here, so these are the legitimate ones. and it says they're imposters, so they're impersonating one of these users. And let's take a look here on the side. We just see various different fields to choose from, and I imagine there's going to be a username field or something. And there we go. It says 11's in here. And if we take a look inside of here, this appears to be all of the users that are showing up, possibly. Now, what you can do is you can pivot off of this, so you can click in here, and let's just grab system here. So we'll delete system, and then we'll put a star in here for all users, and then we'll pipe this into table, and then we'll use username as a column here. Enter, and let's see what comes up here. Anything else of interest? So there's a couple of duplicate entries in here, and there's a ton of pages. So what we can do is add in here called a dedupe. Dedupe. Let's try dedupe username and see if that gets us none out. So okay, so we have 11 here again, and let's go ahead and arrange this here. And right off the bat, we can see that it appears that this Amelia one is impersonated with a different character. So it has an IA here, and this looks like a 1A. So let's go ahead and grab this one here. That appears to be the one that's suspicious. Okay. Which user from the HR department, one of these users, was observed to be running scheduled task. Now with this one, you can do a search on those users from the HR department, as well as do a search on scheduled task. So I'm just going to put a duplicate task or a duplicate tab here, and we're going to delete this out of here. We'll get rid of that, and we'll just type in scheduled task abbreviation. So we'll just use scheduled task like so. So anything that has this in it, or reference to this, should be what we're looking for. To pull back events, at least to have this mentioned in there. So let's take a look. And there's username here. Okay. So we need to find the HR user. User from the HR department that was observed using scheduled task. So it's got to be either Haroon, Chris, or Diana, it looks like. And I don't even see. Let's make sure that this is everybody. So we'll just do this star again. Oops, star. Okay. And now let's check username again. See if there's anything in it. It's just this 4. Okay, let's check this Chris guy. He's got one entry here, and it says this is a process creation. Update.exe on start. So I wonder if this is the Chris guy that we're looking for here. This has to be him because he's creating something per this command line. So this has to be this Chris.fort person. Let's go ahead and grab that and plug it in. Which user from the HR department executed a system process lolbin to download a payload from a file sharing host? Also have there's a hint here as well if you need to use that, and it says they're using a lolbin to download something. So I would Google or ask ChatGPT what lolbins can you use to download things or download payloads, right? But let's go ahead and check. And it says which HR department. Okay, so once again, another user in HR department. And so we got Haroon, Chris, and Diana. Okay, so let's take a look inside of here. And it says update.exe. So I'm wondering if we can just do a search on this and see if anything comes back in the way. So let's try this again. And this is probably the only one that's coming back. Yeah. All right. So let's just get rid of all this here and just take a look at the log information again, and there's lots of things for this command line. So you can look through here and try to determine um, if you can find that particular information. You may need to have to look through, process names and things of that nature as well. See if anything immediately stands out here. I'm not seeing anything for this, but it had mentioned some names that we can check on. So let's check on Haroon and see if there's anything there. And actually, we can just click on their name. So Haroon's the first one up for discussion here. And let's take a look when 32.calc.xe. All right, so after you do some investigation and sifting through information and events inside of here, we're looking at Haroon. Remember, this is the one that was the first name that appeared in this HR department. But anyway, so we did a search on Haroon, looking at command line and table format, and then reduping the command line as well. And I went ahead and sorted it. Right away, we can see the certutil.exe URL cache -f, and then you can see this URL here. And this appears to be what we are looking for. So if you do a Google search or go to the LOLBins or LOLBins website, you'll see that you can use certutil to accomplish this particular task, right? And it says which user, and we know that this is going to be the user Haroon because this is the user we searched on. Now, if you did not know the user, what you can do is add some additional things here. So we'll add username there. Let's do it this way. We'll do, yeah, we'll put, I think another one was process name, like so. And if we didn't know the user, we can just put this to star, hit enter. A list of everything here. We have additional column here for process name. We have user's name over here. So you could do that. You would basically do the same thing here. You could probably maybe dedupe process name as well. See if that makes a difference. No. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, whatever. Um, so what you can do is once you have this in like an easier format to read through, you could try to sift through and try to determine uh, which particular um, file was used, a low bin binary was used to accomplish this. And we already know the user was Haroon. I believe that was the name of it. So fortunately, we got lucky and it was the first user. And we know that it was certutil to do this. So we need the XE in here. There we go. Okay, so we're done with that one. And let's take a look here. Let's see. You might be able to do something else as well, like, I don't know, since they had mentioned a download, maybe HTTPS or something. See if anything comes back. Yeah, so this got to it quickly. So that's an even faster way to get to it. So basically, you're going to use your brain to try to determine a query that can get you the results here. Okay, there's a lot of trial and error when it comes down to this. Not, a lot of times, it's not going to be straightforward. It says, what's the date that this binary was executed by the infected host? Year, month, date, format. So let's take a look here, and it's not displayed. So we'll probably have to get rid of this. So we'll just do that real quick. Type it in. Now we should get the date. 3/4/2022. Okay, so that should be it here. Let's type that in. 03, and what date was this? The 4th. Uh, okay, yeah, the format's wrong. So let's try this again. If I could type correctly. 03/04. Okay, so we're done with that one. Next one, which third-party site was accessed to download the malicious payload? Well, we already know that from the command line, and we can see that here in their output here. So it's going to be this controlc.com is what we're looking for. So they're going to this particular domain. What is the name of the file that was saved on the host machine from the C2 server during the post-exploitation phase? And we saw that as well. So it's going to be this benign.exe. So plug that in as our answer. All right. The suspicious file downloaded from the C2 server contained malicious content with the pattern THM, etc. What is the pattern? All right, for this one, pretty much you just visit the website. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, obviously, we are in a lab environment doing this, and this is what you'll be doing in the real world. Let's try the full thing here and see if anything comes back for it. There we go. Agree. So there's the flag right there. So let's go ahead and copy that over. What is the URL that the infected host connected to? So let's, once again, we already know what that URL is, right? It should be that downloaded one. If we go back here, and this should be it. This whole thing is probably what they're looking for here. So let's plug that in as our answer. Here we go. Awesome. And one thing before you get out of this particular room here is that when we had to go back and search for particular users, I'm trying to figure out which tab or which question that was in. Yes, okay. Which user from HR department? So if you have like a list of these users here, Chris and Diana there, what you can do, you can try to do something like this here. So we'll do username instead of equals, we'll say n, and then open and close parentheses. And inside here, you can type in your users. And forgot the last person's name, Chris. If I could spell Chris. And gosh, today's just not my day typing. We have those 3 users in there for HR department, and you can go through and take a look here. There's one value for host name. But anyway, so let's go to username, and this should be all of them that comes back. Haroon, once again, comes back as this. Okay. So now that just another way to try to slim this down instead of just doing like something such as, which will pull back everything here. See how many events there are there. Now, if we just do it how we just did it, those specific users, we have way less things to sift through, as you can see there, right? And we already saw that that was the only user that came back inside of here, Haroon. So there we go. Just some things to take into consideration. Anyway, we are done with this video. And as usual, if you want to help support the channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every time I post to the channel. As always, thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. Have a nice day. I will see you later. And be sure to check the description box of this video for additional resources. Okay, I'll have links to other websites that can assist you, right? There's the complete guide on how to identify suspicious process. There's other websites out here that have cheat sheets, okay, that can help you out. See you later.